Hey, what's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? Gracious good morning to you, good people. It's your girl KB. You know what I do and you know why I do it. It's Monday, it's April 7th, and it is 2:37 in the a.m. And I want to share with you, first and foremost, an apology. I said I was going to send shout out and love this weekend. And you know what I did this weekend? Absolutely nothing. I decompressed. Last week was one for the record books, folks. I need to say that. Last week wore me out. I need to say that. You know, I shared with you my good friend passed on the 31st. I received a phone call on the 30th, Saturday, and it was my friend's daughter. She's like, "Mom, stop eating. You know, I think she's letting go. If you want to say your goodbyes, now's the time to do it." And I didn't go that day because I knew there was a bunch of family around, you know. My friend had just gotten out of the hospital, and there was some adjustments, you know, and, you know, the diagnosis wasn't good. The prognosis wasn't good. So there was a lot going on, a lot of medical folks, and a lot of family. So I went over Sunday, and I wasn't going to go Sunday. The Spirit of the Lord said, "Get up." Kind of like with my mom's situation. Yeah, so, and the reason I wasn't going to go on Sunday is because my office was closer to the house. And I say the house because this person was my housemate for over 20 years. I saw baby born, I saw baby grow up, saw baby off to college, you know, and then I moved. I moved during COVID, which was horrific. But my friend's mom had gotten, you know, was left alone because her partner died. And her mom is now 90. So it's like, let me move out and make way for mom because, you know, she's going to have to caregive for her mom. So mom has outlived her. But, you know, I went and said my goodbyes. There's a bunch of family, bunch of friends. You know, and she was gone Monday morning. I received a text. She's gone. So I was dealing with that. In the meantime and in between time, I'm dealing with this other situation. I'm having conversations with a particular individual. And I'm upset with myself, by the way, and the length of time that this conversation went on because a little bell went off in my head and I had to really look at my part and my participation in this. Now I'm going to explain. Some of you aren't going to get it, some of you are. So this particular individual likes to talk about Black culture. And hey, anytime I can educate and clarify certain things, cool. This particular individual, I've repeatedly told them, now I can't speak for all Black folk, but I can speak for myself. Don't get involved in my business. Even if it's something as minute as a conversation, if I did not ask you, or if you did not say, "Excuse me," because you knew I was struggling. But primarily, if I did not ask you for your help. Yeah, all up in the Kool-Aid. This particular individual did it. Now, I had just come off a to-do with another individual doing that, and it was a long while before I got over the situation because the individual wanted to cuss me after I checked them in their conversation. Oh, you have all these rights, but the minute I say, you know, I'm offended, there's an issue with me, so to speak. Okay, so all the while, we're having a conversation, I'm explaining, you know, this is the meaning of this is the meaning of that, you know. You didn't hear any of that. So let me tell you the apology that I got in this situation. When it first went down, I was seething. I waited till the situation died down and I calmed down. And I went to the individual. I said, "Don't you ever again in life do that, interrupt anything that I'm doing. And I left. Now, this particular individual comes back about 20 minutes later. Obviously, I've done something to piss you off. But I don't like your delivery. So now you're the victim. Because I told you don't do this ever again. I left it at that. I ain't got nothing to say. A couple of days go by. Then I hear this person huffing and puffing outside my door. I'm done. You ain't got to talk to me ever no more again in life, because you did exactly what I told you I don't like. And I've told you on numerous occasions. I'm done. So I hear this person huffing and puffing outside my door. Oh, let me just get this over with. Okay, strike one. Now I'm a burden that you got to bear. So you come in my office. I tell you again. Then you look me in my face. And in order to validate your position, you tell this lie. Hey, I was on the phone with somebody. No, you weren't. Because I made sure you weren't on the phone. Because I came by your office several times to make sure you were not on the phone. Okay, go with that. If that solidifies your position. Then you tell me, I don't think it was that serious. Oh, so now you're going to think for me, even after I told you, this is what you do not do. So then I ask, why are you in here then? Then you said, well, I just want to get this over with. Again, I'm a burden that you have to bear. Goodbye. And I said it like that. And they still had to have the last word. And the last word from them was, maybe you need to look at yourself. Now, all this while, we're having conversation. And you're telling me I'm a friend. But you finish up, because you no longer have access to me, you finish up with, you need to look at yourself. So, you had a judgment for every conversation that we've ever had. You're sitting on this judgment. And the minute that you don't have access, now you get to unleash your judgment. Fragility is real, y'all. And the reason that I'm upset with myself is because, I had to ask why I allowed the individual to be a culture vulture for so long. That part. Because there was a disingenuous connection. The conversation was always masked. And then there was some silliness that was attached to it, and they didn't even realize that there was some silliness attached to it. You wanted insight to say that you knew, but you also wanted the comfort of privilege. That part. And that's what I woke up to. The comfort of privilege. Like I said, some of you won't understand the subtleties of this, but that is the fundamental core and seed of isms. Do you truly want to understand? Or do you just want to nod your head and say, I know, and then continue to do nothing about it from your place of comfort?